Dr. Umar and DJ University talk about black churches. Like and subscribe.
Said religion is the opiate of the people. It brainwashes you into political inactivity. The reason why black people in Chicago are sitting back watching these brown people take over their neighborhood is we've been brainwashed through church, through mosque. When I speak of church, I mean all the religions, not just Christianity. We've been brainwashed through black religion into believing that God is going to fix our problems when God is ready. Where else were we taught that? We were taught that on the damn slave plantation. Wait for God to come solve your problems. I understood it on a slave plantation because you were shackled. I understood it on a slave plantation. You lose your life if you tried to run away. I understand waiting for God to intervene on a slave plantation because you had no power. Why in the hell in 2023, 404 years later, we still waiting for God to intervene when we are a $2 trillion people? Do you realize Black America is the 10th richest economy in the world? We're the richest group of blacks on earth in terms of income. And we waiting on Jesus and Muhammad to solve problems that we have the wherewithal to solve ourselves is not acceptable. Black women, $30 billion on weave and perm. White women have made you feel that unattractive that you spend 25% of your disposable income trying to look like them. Black men, $4 billion on liquor, $2 billion on Air Jordans, $100 million on chicken, turkey, beef, and pork, which means we're literally financing our own cancer diagnosis. I mean, the reason people have trouble feeling sorry for Black America is Black America got the money to solve their own problems, but they're not interested because it takes love to do that. And for 400 years, we've been taught how to hate ourselves.
So let's go there. Black economics, right? The black dollar. It circulates everywhere except in the black community.
16 hours. The black dollar leaves the black community in 16, not even 24. It don't even take a whole day before that dollar jump out your hand. Jewish community, I think it's something like 18 times. Asian community, I think it's something like 28 times. Everybody else's dollar circulates more than a dozen times before it leaves. Black community dollar, it leaves within 16 hours. You know why? Because black people are allergic to other black people. We would rather buy white than buy black. I'm gonna give you a personal example. I just told you about the sneaker shop where my mother used to buy my shoes. Next to the Garvey movement. You see this? Right across the street from the Garvey movement in the white sneaker store was a black sneaker store. Guess what? Everybody still bought their sneaks from the white Jew. The black man was out of business in less than a year. See that? And he had better prices and better sneaks. It didn't matter. Black people love white people. And one of the things we do not want to admit, and one of the things that's going to be necessary for us to overcome our situation, we don't want to admit the psychological dependence on white folks. This is why you hear Negroes say things like integration destroyed black people. Who integrated us? There has never been integration. There's only been desegregation. Deseg is not the same. When you desegregate, you forcibly remove the legal barriers to entry. So public schools desegregated. They removed the barriers that excluded blacks. But did they force you into the white school? No. When they desegregated the white hospitals, did they force you to close down your black hospitals and start going to the white hospitals? Did they force you to leave your black communities and move into the white community? Did they force you to stop sending your children to HBCUs and start overwhelmingly sending them to PWI universities? The white man desegregated, the black man integrated. We wanted to be with white people. We love white people. Why do you think educated black men marry snow bunnies more than the men of every other race put together? We are intoxicated with Caucasian people, and we keep on making excuses as to why we don't want to leave them people alone. And truth be told, it's because of our racial inferiority complex that has us believing that if you ain't got no white people around you, if you ain't living with white, if you ain't dating white, if you ain't sleeping white, if you ain't working white, if you ain't learning white, then you are an inferior being. This is exactly why black parents will spend $20,000, $30,000 a year to send a child to a white private school. We're not even talking college. We're talking grade school. $20,000 and $30,000. I know because I do the IQ testing to make sure they don't have no disabilities in order to get accepted. And I'm looking at what these parents is paying these white folks so they can get a thorough education on how to hate being black and how to be enamored with white skin. And then when your daughter comes out wanting to look like a white girl, you say, what happened to my child? And when your son come out wanting to date nothing but snow bunnies, you say, what happened to my son? You are what happened to your son. Black people do not want to be free. We want to be accepted by white people.
Like and subscribe to the Shalom ENT YouTube channel.